This is an aerial photo of an uncontacted tribe in the Amazon. I feel like this dude is already reaching back for his spear to throw at this drone. This act can translate across all cultures. I feel like this image is way more fascinating. It shows just how isolated they really are. It's such an interesting thing to build for your tribe. I'm guessing that provides shelter for everybody, but also you're just exposed out there for all the homies. During the 90s, North Korea's leader, Kim Jong-il, and his son, future leader Kim Jong-un, used fake Brazilian passports to travel to Disneyland. I'm so mad I didn't know this information until now. Kim Jong-un's fake name is Joseph Pwang? But why would his dad choose a different last name? That doesn't make any sense. Maybe that'd be too on the nose, like if these Korean dudes came and this was father and son, it's like, One day at Disneyland and these dudes were like, you know what? F America. Smart choice to choose Brazil though. Anyone can be Brazilian. Imagine if they took a little photo in front of the castle, just like Pablo Escobar took a picture in front of the White House. This is a video of China demolishing an unfinished high-rise building. Why would they demolish it? Did they not think, okay, should it really be falling like that? That does not look like it was supposed to fall like that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to just collapse in on itself, but then again, I don't know, I'm not a demolition dude. Okay, maybe this is, oh wait, that was the same image from a different angle. Oh wait, no, so they just do this. I have seen this video before. Oh, so they're all falling like that. Never mind, I guess this is planned. I don't understand why. Why would they do this? Too much to keep up the maintenance? I did hear a lot of those buildings were vacant. I've been hearing China's having a little bit of issues with their economy. This house in San Antonio, Texas comes with its own tavern. Now, I'm not surprised a property in Texas has its own, like, cellar. I mean, isn't this for tornadoes sometimes? But this is far from just like a small bunker, apparently. Why did I think of tavern when I said cavern? Why didn't they just put cave? I thought they were just gonna be going down here with a bunch of people like drinking, looking like they're from the medieval ages. I wonder how much that raises the property value. You literally get to have your own bat cave. How big is this thing? This thing looks huge. It's probably bigger than the house itself. What do you even do with it though? Host the greatest parties ever, that's probably what. Go down there, search for diamonds with your bros. This Finnish soldier got separated from his unit with no food or weapons. In order to survive, he took the Breaking Bad crystals that would be enough for 30 men. During his insane binge, he skied 250 miles, survived a landmine, and caught a bird and ate it raw. This is the craziest story. He ate a raw bird. More details. He was briefly captured by the Soviets, but set fire to a nearby Russian camp after he escaped. And this complete mad lad ended up surviving once he found a hospital a week later. Dude died peacefully at the age of 71. He made it to the 1980s. This has got to be the origin story for the state of Florida. Seems like everyone in World War II was just fueled by the stuff these guys were cooking. An Indonesian teenager survived 49 days adrift at sea after his wooden fish trap slipped its moorings. He survived on fish and seawater that he squeezed from his clothes before being rescued by a passing cargo ship. Wait, does wringing out seawater from clothes get rid of all the salt? I thought that's supposed to, like, not be good for you at all. It's crazy how many stories you hear about this. People being lost at sea and surviving for so long. Dude literally played Raft. The path of this asteroid has multiple close calls with Earth. Now, I think I've heard about this one. Is this the one that's supposed to hit us? Or not hit us, but it's gonna come close to us in a couple years. So this is in 2002. Is this what it did? Oh, okay, so this is not the asteroid that I was thinking about. It almost hit our moon. How big was this thing? That's my concern. And also, I had no idea this was going on in 2002. Then again, I was kind of just too busy building my Yu-Gi-Oh deck at this time. I didn't even realize that this would be an issue, that it gets caught in our gravitational pull, and then maybe somehow, like, launches back at us. This is way more concerning. I thought, like, once it passes by, we don't gotta worry about it ever. Oh, and then we launched it out. Moon literally with the save. Sounds like it's probably not the first time the moon has saved life on Earth. I guess it's actually possible that this thing wasn't actually an asteroid. It might have been the Saturn V rocket used during Apollo 12. Talk about friendly fire. This is the asteroid that I was talking about earlier. It's not supposed to come close till 2029, which it will miss us, but then it's gonna come back a few years later. That's the scary part. I literally remember reading about this as a little kid, and it's always been on my mind. Like 20 years, and I still have never forgot. Okay. This one's gonna be hard to say without laughing. In 1663, the partial fossilized skeleton of a woolly rhinoceros was discovered in Germany. This is considered one of the worst fossil reconstructions in human history. And honestly, I just want to know what they were thinking. I get it, it was 1663, but come on! Although the lifelike recreation doesn't look that bad, this literally looks like if Bigfoot was a unicorn. The faces of Egyptian kings and queens generated by an AI. That looks insanely realistic. I could see how that would look like that. This is so crazy because you don't really have that much to work with, but it's so lifelike. Like, how do you get that from this? But it's like, oh yeah, I could see where they're the inspiration. Oh, Cleopatra. There are so many different depictions of Cleopatra. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I was expecting a little bit more. It's gonna be hard for her to live up to the standards that we've created. That bar is set pretty high. Why is she holding a remote? How about King Ramses? I've seen this guy before. Oh, that's an interesting transition. Oh, he looks nice, I think. That's not always the case at times, though. Where's King Tut? I just want to see King Tut. No King Tut? Then again, maybe they did this on purpose. King Tut had some issues. Council of Brighton, UK have introduced bee bricks to support habitats for bees in all new buildings. How much are they paying a month for these? Bet you they're charging like $900 a month for this. Is the honey gonna go in there? Is someone gonna extract the honey? Maybe that's the exchange. What if wasps get in there? Action scenes in vintage movies were very dangerous. Yeah, they didn't really have like any regulation for things. They also love to use asbestos as snow. That guy literally... Now, these are some extreme stunt doubles. If they even are stunt doubles. Okay, now I know that, yeah. So some of them are not as crazy. Some of them... I thought some of these are tricks. But maybe not. I know they did occasionally use some tricks. I mean, even the tricks, though, could be still obviously a little dangerous. Wow, gotta appreciate they just did it all for real back then, though. Not to say we should still be doing it like that, but that stuff is amazing. This is an experiment showing just how long water takes to seep into the ground. Wet grass, normal grass, or after a heat wave. Oh yeah, that's not going in there at all after a heat wave. Wet, wait, is it already, wait, did it already drain? It did, already in the wet grass. So water can seep into the soil faster when there's more water in the soil? I mean, that makes sense to me. Yeah, after a heat wave, it's just staying there. It's taking forever. So be careful of heavy rainfall after a drought. This is a farmer filmed in 1929.
Yes.
Asked how much the world's changed. Is this... So the Great Depression's just about to hit.
Sun rises in the east.
He's probably pretty optimistic. It's still the 20s.
But when I was a boy, we didn't have the telegraph, and we didn't have the telephone.
Oh.
The electric lights,
I forgot he knows about the telephone.
Things which have come up to bother us and help us.
These are always the craziest interviews to me. Because this guy clearly was born like before 1850.
The best time in the world's history. Go straight. But it's no better than our fathers had, and I don't believe it's very much better than our grandchildren.
He was talking about the days of 1841. Imagine giving this guy a phone and telling him to make some TikToks. It'd be like the most insane things ever. It's slightly hard to understand him. The accent was just different. The 26-inch thick armor from a Japanese Yamamoto-class battleship pierced by a U.S. Navy 16-inch gun. The armor is on display at a U.S. Navy museum. How does something looking like this even be able to float? This also is giving me like Star Wars vibes for some reason. Like this would be a prop on a Star Wars set, like a giant blaster shot through it. It's even stranger from some of the other angles. I guess both the ships were gone. How'd they get this out then? Okay, so don't stand in front of this thing. Noted. A 10-year-old London pub was illegally demolished in 2015. The developers were ordered to rebuild it exactly as it was, brick by brick. Tavern was the only building on the street that wasn't destroyed during the Blitz in World War II. That is definitely a place I'd like to visit. I hope they got the order of the bricks right. In 1916, there was a proposed amendment to the U.S. Constitution that would put all acts of war to a national vote, and anyone voting yes would have to register as a volunteer for service in the U.S. Army. 1916. I wonder what was happening back then. But if this passed, I wonder how that would have affected World War II. Right. Someone has found a glitch in the Matrix. Look. She is walking.
This plane.
Is that a fake plane? Is this a kite?
It's not moving.
I can hear it. Oh, that's weird.
But it sounds like it's moving.
That's a little creepy. Is it something to do with the clouds? I'm just thinking, like, is it an optical illusion? Doesn't it have to be? It sounds like this is possible with really strong winds. You could even fly backwards if the wind is strong enough. Okay, so this is like a prank that the plane is pulling. You probably turned everyone's life upside down if they never found out this information. They'd be convinced we're living in a simulation. This is an average-sized husky next to a gray wolf. I always forget just how big wolves get. I know that wolves get big, but not this big. Look at its paws. Coyote, direwolf, Great Dane, and a gray wolf. You're telling me these things are just out there running around? One is scary enough, but don't they go around in packs? Aren't there gonna be like 12 more at this size coming after you? This is a flood in Utah. This is one of those mud floods, isn't it? There's an actual proper term, right? I'm guessing there is some water in there, but that looks like just a death river. If you get sucked into that, I mean, I'd imagine, oh, especially if you're getting caught all in there. Where are all these broken logs coming from? Was there a fire upstream? This lady's way too close to this thing. This is the world's skinniest skyscraper, and I always hear about this thing. Did they finally finish it? For each unit, you basically buy the whole floor. So it's like you're living in a house, but it's the whole floor. Obviously, it's for only like the richest of rich people. I wonder how much it sways back and forth. The country of Kazakhstan is apparently photoshopping their leader, and they're not even being subtle about it. Move a little bit of the chin. They got some denoising happening here. Wait, is this image on the left and right the same? It doesn't look like it, because why is the Kazakhstan flag a little bit different? But yeah, just saturate the right a little bit. It's all good. I wonder what the point of this is. Like, who cares if he's looking beautiful? Well, I mean, maybe some people. This is Albert Einstein, his secretary, and his daughter all becoming U.S. citizens to avoid going back to No-No Germany. This was back in 1940, so kind of a big deal. What a draft pick we got. Guess the No-No Germans were not very happy about this. This is the Guinness World Record holder for largest mouth. It literally looks photoshopped. It looks like that meme. What is that? I can't stop thinking of this horrifying gif. What about this dude? Maybe this is the largest male one? He's got to be up there, along with the largest cat. This lady should honestly just make videos about like all the different things that she could do with this. Like imagine just ASMR except her like eating things as big and wide as possible. People would be into that. I'm just saying. She'd get big. An animation showing if Manhattan adopted the line, or basically if everyone, Saudi Arabia is building like some huge structure where everyone's just gonna be living in a line. It's like this massive linear city that's under construction right now. No cars, streets, or carbon emissions. So if Manhattan were to do something like this, they'd be able to create a whole lot of green in the surrounding areas, and would you still be able to fit all of the population of Manhattan in? I mean, it kind of looks like it. Oh, they're going way above Manhattan. They're in the Bronx now, right? I can't even tell what's Central Park anymore. You would really be able to fit everyone in there into this narrow passage? How compacted are people really gonna be? Like if you did this with another city, I get, but Manhattan is so dense. It's actually just scary how many people, just thinking about the amount of people that would be in there. How tall is this thing gonna be? First of all, it's gonna be a $500 billion city, but only with a population of 9 million. Well, only, that's a lot of people. I guess it is technically possible if Manhattan only has 1.6. And big thanks to Twickenhamster, the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth, Drew's Argentinian grandpa, Austin Powers, $20 is a lot, Drew. Fat Norwal, Barnsky W, Isaac I Guess, Bring Back Poland, Cowboys 83, Pryce, istoledrewspetdog, Monday, London 5610, Philipp RF, Robert E, RyeThePie, the Mexican 760. And why am I doing this?